Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into day 4, the morning part of the Diddy trial. Let's go. Now this is coming from the Inner City Press. U.S. versus Sean Combs, May 15th. Cassie Ventura cross-examination begins. So like I said earlier, they had a few problems in the beginning. So before today could get started, Cassie's lawyer was like, I have the right to know what Cassie's going to be questioned on, right? And the judge was asking Diddy's lawyer, like, what's really going on? And they were saying that the records that they were going to talk about are not being in the public docket. So when the AUSA Slavic for the prosecution was like, the defense last night dumped 400 exhibits on us, and this cannot continue throughout this trial, the judge was questioning Puffy's lawyer. And Puffy's lawyer was like, we have been working tirelessly in response to Ms. Ventura's testimony. Child, they don't even have that together. So one of Combs' lawyer was like, I will keep trying. This is the main witness. She stands by herself. Also, they've been working on all this all night until 3 o'clock this morning. So the AUSA Slavic was like, there are 24 exhibits that the government has objections to. They are listed in the chart. The judge said just the ones in the chart. And Inner City is saying that these judicial documents are not going into the public docket and not in the case in many other SDNY trials. So they finally bring the jury in. They start questioning Cassie about how long she and Puffy have been together and how she referred to him as being larger than life. She said, I did say that. So they're painting a picture of Cassie being with Diddy because she wanted to be with Diddy, right? And then they're saying you knew a version of him the rest of the world couldn't see, right? They objected to it. On Cassie's side, the judge overruled it. She had to answer in ways. And then the defense was like, you kept coming back to him for 11 years. Cassie said, I wouldn't say coming back. And then they said, you believed he loved you. She said, I did believe he loved me too. And they asked her, so when he cheated on you, it hurt. She said, not every time. And then right here, they're bringing up his defense exhibit. The AUSA objected because it's not in evidence. The judge agreed that it's not in evidence. And then the cross-examiner was like, Ms. Ventura, read it to yourself and answer it. So they can't even tell us what it is that she's reading. She has to read it and she just has to answer it. And she said to let him know I was going to dinner. So here they're talking about the text message. They're really trying to focus in how she will respond to Diddy, how it seemed like she was in love with Diddy. Right here, they're asking in the middle, please read. And she read, I wrote, I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass. This was a 2009 email. The AUSA said objection is hearsay. And then the judge said to Diddy's lawyer, ask more questions. And the lawyer was like, from BlackBerry, what is BG? She said, baby girl. So he called her that. And then Combs' lawyer said, what did you write? She said, you hungry, pop, pop? And then Diddy's lawyer was like, and Mr. Combs wrote you, we are so in love, we don't do anything else. How long had you been seeing each other? She said for like 2.5 years at this point. So child is making it seem like Cassie was really into Diddy, right? Because the top part is talking about how she was rushed off the phone and she's really hurt. She was like, I don't need you. I don't need your money. I need your attention. And the lawyer was saying to her, you wanted your special time with Mr. Combs. She said, yes. And then right here in the second one, they're saying that you testified that you told him, I love you so much, you make me a better woman. She said she wrote those messages and she said she couldn't wait until she had children with him. And the lawyer was like, you knew he had 6 kids. And Cassie said yes. And then right here, the lawyer was like, so now these messages about freak-offs. When you say, you know, it doesn't matter to me, you mean weekend or weekday, either is fine. Cassie said, that's what it says. And the lawyer said, Mr. Combs says, maybe we can call. Jules, can you do that? She said, yes. So then Puffy's lawyer started talking about explicit messages that were talking about upcoming freak-offs. So the AUSA objected. Then the judge said, we're going to take a recess. So I guess that was a lot. So let's see what happened after the recess. Child, now this is talking about these upcoming freak-offs, right? So Combs' lawyer was like, Miss Ventura, this is from Mr. Combs to you. You respond with an extremely explicit message, right? She said yes. And then they asked, this is 2 days after the planning of the freak off, right? She said yes. Then his lawyer said, he said, I want to see, how did you reply? Cassie said, I can't wait either. Then the lawyer was like, you wrote, I feel like I want to bang bang, right? Cassie said, that's what it says. The lawyer was like, Mr. Combs says, I'm so ready, I can't concentrate. What did you say? Child, and Cassie went on down here and said that I'll go to Dwayne Reed for candles and then set up the room. Combs' lawyer was like, did you understand that he was going to take another video of you? AUSA said, objection, speculation. The judge said that the lawyer can move on. And then the lawyer said, you ask, any pills on you? Yes. Then the lawyer was like, well, what did you write? She said that I need to feel this is my husband, the only one who will see this side of me. So Cassie is under the impression that maybe she'll do this little extra stuff with her and Diddy, maybe another person. I'm guessing, I'm speculating, right? But when she said the only one who will see this side of me, that was just for Diddy. Then Combs' lawyer was like, were you afraid that Mr. Combs was only seeing you for bang bang in this way? She said that was a concern. The lawyer said you still were not public in your relationship with him. She said that's correct. And then the lawyer's like, were freak-offs important? She said integral to us. Then the lawyer was like, who was at your 21st birthday party in Vegas? She said Britney Spears, Dallas Austin. How did you get them there? They came for Sean. And the lawyer was like, you're very beautiful and charming. She said, thank you. And then it was like, it's true. So now they're talking about when Cassie had come into Bad Boy. So Diddy started working with Cassie when she was 19. And I think these freak-offs didn't start till she was 22. Like I said, he couldn't just lead in with the freak-offs. So here, they're talking about when she started with Diddy. You were an upcoming star. She said, I guess you could say that. And then he was like, the lawyer was like, after you signed with Bad Boy, things still were platonic. She said, yes. So Diddy made it seem like, I'm just here for you. So then the lawyer was like, you had rough performances. She said, 106 in Park, it did not go well for me. The lawyer was like, how did he help you after that? She said, we did a YouTube video. He said, everybody makes mistakes. The lawyer was like, what was wrong? She said, I couldn't hear myself. And then the lawyer was like, you were dating Mr. Leslie. How much older than you was he? She was like 10 years. And then the lawyer was like, then you traveled to Miami with Mr. Combs. The flyer of the event was just a cover to spend time with Mr. Combs, right? She said, that's true. Then they were talking about the Mr. Leslie, right? Trying to see what their relationship was like. She had tattoos on her body with this man's initials. She said yes. They asked how many. The AUSA said objection, relevance. They overruled it. She had 3. And it's the one on your arm. It says no regrets. Child. Then the lawyer was like, Mr. Combs taught you how to do oral. She said he did. And then the lawyer's like, look at this. Tell me when you're ready. Can you read it? She said, can you read it? It makes me laugh. It's from 2007. The lawyer was like, you wrote, I feel protected. You are sweet. Child, this is all I have so far. But it seems like they're trying to make it seem like Cassie was with Diddy because she loved him, because that's where she wanted to be. She was kind of loose maybe in other relationships, but always came back to Diddy. So they're trying to make her look really bad. Let me know what you think about this. We'll continue throughout the day.